Okay, time to get started. You were looking at the artwork of Pablo Picasso. This is his portrait of Dora Maar. She was his girlfriend, and Pablo Picasso is known for his Cubist style. He paints things from two different perspectives. You could see that he painted her eye like it would be a side eye, and an eye like it's coming straight on. Two nostrils like a front-facing nose, and then the profile of a nose and the lips for the side. So that's his Cubist style. He used shapes to define his Cubist art. We are going to use shapes in our first art project. Our first art project for quarter one is the name mandala. The element of art we're focusing on is shape. This artwork is actually made out of bubble letters that say Alyssa, and it's repeated around this circle. Circle art is referred to as mandala art. So we're going to use our names in the upcoming weeks to make circle art like this. But first, let's learn about mandala art. What is a mandala? The word mandala comes from the Indian language of Sanskrit. It means circle and center. However, a mandala is much more than a simple circle. It can represent many things, such as the circle of life, circle of friends, the universe, and more. The creation of a mandala is used as a way to focus attention or center yourself. The creation and coloring of a mandala can be calming and help instill a sense of well-being. Mandalas are found in many religious and cultural traditions around the world. The Aztec created circular calendars. That's this up in this corner. And the Chinese yin and yang symbol create a mandala. Other examples are the sand mandalas created by both Native Americans and Tibetan monks. These sand mandalas take weeks to create and are then blown away to symbolize the fragility of life. This is a sand mandala made by the monks. It's very detailed. It can take them a long time. They start in the middle by pouring the sand in these intricate patterns. And after they're done, they usually don't take a picture and put it on their Facebook or upload it to Instagram. What they do is they just blow it away. They want you to enjoy the art while it lasts. Live in the moment. They want you to enjoy it while it's here. Also, mandalas are found in nature. Spider webs, sand dollars, seashells, and sunflowers are a few examples of mandalas. If you look at the seeds in the center of a sunflower, it creates a very intricate mandala. Currently, mandalas are being used as a healing tool in modern medicine. Experiments suggest that meditation can boost the immune system, reduce stress, combat depression, reduce pain, and help combat a number of other emotional and physical ailments. Studies suggest that children can color mandalas to deal with emotions, calm nerves, or help focus the brain. It sounds like we should color some mandalas to help us calm ourselves regarding virtual learning. In everyday use, mandala has become a term for a diagram, chart, or circle design or pattern. Mandalas aren't just drawn or colored though. They can be created using objects such as sticks, stones, crayons, or other objects. Those would be found object mandalas. The key is to create circles within circles. If you look carefully, you will be able to see mandalas all around you in nature, art, architecture, and advertising. Mandalas are everywhere. Here's that found object mandala that we just talked about. This artist, Andy Goldsworthy, is a land artist, and he makes mandalas by arranging leaves in concentric circles, circles within circles. Also, mandalas can be found in the work of Kandinsky's color theory, and he has circles within circles, and he tiled them in squares. Advertising, like the gas station BP, their logo is a mandala. And in the Cathedral of Notre Dame, they have a Gothic rose window. It kind of looks like a flower design. That's a mandala. So this is the Gothic rose window in Pittston. If you drive up William Street, you'll see this window. From the inside, you can see how intricate this circle design is. We're going to make circle designs with our bubble letter names. Let's talk about the different kinds of shapes. Let's listen to this quick video.
Hello, and welcome to Robot Art School. I am your robot teacher, but you can call me RT. My creators have programmed me to teach you art. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use the element of shape. So grab your art supplies and let's get started. Remember, the elements and principles of art are the building blocks of art. The better you get at using them, the better your art will be. If you recall, a line is a moving dot. Well, if we move the dot so that it connects back to the beginning, we have a shape. In other words, a shape is an enclosed line. A shape has a two-dimensional area, meaning that it has a length and a width. We see shapes because of a difference in value or color. For example, there's a white square here, but you can't see it because the background is also white. But as we make the square darker, we can see its shape. Similarly, a triangle starts to appear on the green background as we change the triangle to red, even though the value of the triangle and the background remain about the same. There are two main types of shapes. First, we have geometric shapes, such as a rectangle, a triangle, and a circle. These are also known as regular shapes because we see them all around us. They have basic mathematical equations that are used to describe them. Next, we have organic shapes, such as a heart, an apple, or an abstract shape. These are more complex than geometric shapes, as they are more difficult to describe mathematically. Though we have names for some specific organic shapes that we see in nature, most don't have names since they can be very random. Because of this, organic shapes are also referred to as free-form shapes. Sometimes we outline our shapes to make them stand out more. However,
we are going to use geometric and organic shapes in our art, and we're going to outline them so they stand out. So here again are the geometric shapes, the ones that you learned in math class, the ones with names. Organic shapes are the most common shape, but they don't have names. So we could call them flower-like shape or wiggly oval, or green bean shape, but they're organic. They don't have a name. Your bubble letters are a combination of geometric and organic shapes. Teacher. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice making geometric and organic shapes on this website, the pumpkinpirate.info/ks/. And this has nothing to do with pumpkins. What it's going to do is it's going to take your doodle, your drawing in one triangle, and repeat it around a circle to create a mandala. When we do this, I want to make one mandala with only geometric shapes that don't touch the radial lines. The radial lines you'll see are already there when we open this site. One mandala we're going to make with organic shapes that do touch the radial lines, and you'll see how that changes the appearance of your mandala. And then we're going to practice making 3 to 5 bubble letters to represent your name. That's kind of the sneak peek at what our projects are going to look like. So let me go to the Pumpkin Pirate website. It brings up this Kaleido sketch drawing, and I want to select that. I'm going to pick a solid color, and I'm going to pick red, and I'm going to put geometric shapes. And what you're going to see is I'm drawing in one triangle, but it radiates them already around the circle. And then a triangle and a rectangle. And I'm not letting anything touch these radial lines. I'm just drawing inside without touching them. And you can see the difference of my geometric shapes and how it appears when it's repeated. So then after you do that and you test and you look to see, you are going to clear that one, and then you could pick a new color, and you're going to do some organic shapes. And the way you're going to do this is just do lines, like a zigzag line from one radial to the other. So that created like this zigzaggy circle shape. It doesn't have a name. And then I could do a wavy, bumpy line. And then I could describe that shape that's created as a flower-like shape. I could do a loop-de-loop line. I don't even know how to describe, maybe a cloud-like shape. And I just want you to practice and see the difference. See how this makes when you touch one radial line to the other, the difference in how it's creating rings around our mandala, circles within circles. That's what we want. So when you do your letters, I'm going to clear it now. You're going to do 3, 4, or 5 letters. And maybe I'll do my letters with yellow. And you're going to do 3, 4, or 5 letters that are in your name. I'm just going to do art. And I'm doing my stick letters, yellow first. These are my planning. The yellow is going to be my planning. And I made sure that it went from small to big, so it's stretching out and touching those radial lines. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go next to the A from one radial line to the bottom, next to the A from one radial line to the bottom, inside of the A, and under the A, making sure it touches that radial line. And now you can see that I have geometric shapes that appeared, and I also have this organic triangle shape that appeared. I can erase by putting white over my yellow, and it kind of shows you how your bubble letter will look on your final product mandala that we're making this quarter. And then I could do again switch, and I'm going to change my size back to 4. Next to the R. Whoops, I made a mistake, so I'm going to find the undo button. I went next to the R, next to the R, touching radial lines inside of the R with this is a geometric shape, half circle, and under the R.